All right, so man, guys, we have a ton of game announcements. One huge game has been confirmed today. You guys will be happy about this one. We also got some leaked Xbox Game Pass games we'll cover. And finally, we have 2 games out today and 8 new Xbox Game Pass games confirmed. We also just have more news in this video. That's a lot of stuff to go over. Let's jump straight into one of the bigger games announced. That is Sniper Elite 5 coming on May 26th. This year's iteration comes in with a new enhanced kill cam, a new expansive campaign featuring real-world locations that were taken and captured to bring the environments more to life. There's also a new improved co-op mechanics that let you heal each other and share items more easily, and of course that multiplayer competitive 16-player battles are making their return, including a survival mode where you team up with 3 other players against a wave of enemies. Personally, guys, I've been a big fan of the Sniper Elite franchise, and the fact that I won't have to buy it because it's coming to Game Pass, I mean, this is just amazing and good stuff all around. Then we have Flinn, The Siege of Dawn. This game's coming in 2022, sometime in 2022. It shows a lot of promise. It's a new action open world RPG from the makers of the game Ashen, so you pretty much can expect a Souls-like experience. At the moment, I couldn't find any gameplay of this, but Ashen was a decent game. This looks to be like a leveled up version of it, so easily one of the more exciting announcements that came out. With that, we have 2 games that launched just yesterday on Game Pass as surprise drops from the Xbox Showcase event. Tunic finally comes in and it has pretty much rave reviews all around. It's a Zelda-like top-down Metroidvania-like game, also draws its inspiration from Souls-like titles. Don't let these cute aesthetics fool you though. It's a hard game with a ton of memorable boss fights, puzzles to solve, and plenty of cool things that are going to aid you in your adventure out in the world that you'll just randomly find. This game on the surface looks really cute and cuddly, but the game is absolutely challenging, especially if you're a fan of Zelda-like games and a fan of Metroidvania type titles with some difficulty. I think you're really going to enjoy Tunic. It's pretty much out on all the consoles for Game Pass. Now, the other game to drop today is Paradise Killer. It's a story-rich investigative title that has you gathering evidence, interrogating suspects, and apparently it's an open world game according to the devs, has some new extended content. If you're interested, it's also now available via Game Pass on consoles and PC. With that, guys, we got a ton more Xbox Game Pass games confirmed. Now, most of these are indie titles, some of them aren't, but as we get closer to release, we'll take a more deep dive into them. There's some good stuff here. Immortality is an interactive film story title that has you exploring footage to find what happened to the famous Marissa Marcel. Yes, what you're seeing right now is gameplay. This one's out for the consoles, or will be for the consoles. Escape Academy has you figuring out escape rooms, so you can play this single player or co-op and you'll be pretty much solving puzzles. Now, WrestleQuest, this is a fascinating game. I'm a wrestling fan. It features Macho Man Randy Savage, Andre the Giant, but it's a turn-based fantasy RPG. Yeah, that's right. Definitely an odd choice. I'm sure the developers knew what they were doing, but either way, super interesting game and I'm into it. We have Beacon Pines. This is a cute and creepy adventure. It's a bit of a rich story novel type of game that has different story paths, and you're both the reader of the book and the main character, Luca, as you try to uncover the truth of something strange happening. Digging into the game and its premise, this one definitely looks like one to watch for on Game Pass. We have Floppy Nights. This is another card-based tactical game with vibrant colors and what looks to be a more simpler approach to the card-based strategy games. Really digging the aesthetics. I'll be playing this one for sure. Kraken Academy is a funny adventure pixel art game where you make friends, free spirits, and of course make sure the world doesn't end. It's a quirky title for sure. Finally, one of the better indie games to watch for has to be this one here, Trek to Yomi. It's a side-scrolling action adventure that has you playing as a swordsman who's trying to protect his town and his loved ones. Now, the combat in this game to me looks amazing. The visuals and animations to me look very unique and frankly gorgeous. I'm pretty hyped for this one, and this one's by Devolver Digital. They've gotten so many good games out over the years. Those are all the confirmed games coming to Game Pass. Let's take a look at this leaked list though that came out a few days ago. Now, these games on here, as you guys can see, how some of them are already confirmed, validating this list. We just talked about some of them in this video, but some other games that stand out, we got Scorn. This one looks like a pretty awesome, insane game. Signalis, there is definitely some interesting looks to this game. And then there's even more here soon to launch on Game Pass that's pretty much closer to the release on this list from April games and May and stuff like that. So good stuff all around. Finally, guys, I wanted to cover the free play days here. Starting today, you can play Warhammer Chaos Bane. I gotta admit, I played this game and I just couldn't get into it. I did find it a little boring, but It's got a lot more updates ever since, so definitely might be worth diving into now. Narita Boy, this is a super interesting game. And then finally, guys, the game that I think is some hype here you can hop into today, Hunt Showdown. This game is excellent and one that I've enjoyed a lot, and you can pretty much enjoy all these games for free if you're a Xbox Live Gold member or a Game Pass member from today up until Sunday. So hop into these games and enjoy yourself completely free. As always, guys, click the video on the top left if you want to see more Xbox Game Pass games that came out this March.